Hi, it's Ruth Kudzi, founder of Optimus Coach Academy and Ruth Kudzi Coaching Limited. I am passionate about helping people live the lives they want to live on their terms through supporting people to train and develop as coaches and supporting people in my coaching business to build and grow their businesses. Hello, great to have you here. Today I'm going to be talking about self-coaching and how we can use powerful self-coaching techniques to build our confidence. We know that self-coaching can be incredibly powerful. Of course, working with a coach is more powerful, but you can start embedding these techniques so you feel better, you feel more confident, you have more self-belief, and you work towards your goals and you achieve them. So, confidence. One of the things about coaching is that we always explore what a word means for you. So I want you to take a little bit of time to reflect on what that word confidence means to you. And if you were at your most confident, what would that look like? What would you be doing? How would you be feeling? What would you be thinking? What would be going on in your body? Would you be feeling relaxed? Would your shoulders be down? Would your heart be beating evenly? What emotions would be going on for you? Is confidence to you about bravery? Is it about stepping up? Is it about an absence of fear? Really step into and start to imagine or visualize you at your most confident and what that would look like and what that would feel like and what would be going on for you. When we do these future visualizations, what happens is we're starting to reprogram our brain. We're starting to build new neural pathways. Merely by thinking, our brain can't tell the difference between thinking and doing. We do need to back it up with action, but the more that we're able to visualize us as that confident person and step into all of those senses and everything that's going on, we're starting to build that neural pathway. We're starting to build that belief that it's going to actually come true. So I recommend taking some time to do that every day, tapping into that future self visualization where you are being that confident version of you and really starting to embody it. And when we're saying about embodying it, it's really stepping into that identity of you as that confident person. And when you're in there, it's about feeling it. So it's like you're putting on maybe a new coat that is that confident coat. And you're starting to think that if I was this person, if I was that confident person, what would that mean? How would I be feeling and acting? And the more that we're able to do this, again, the more that we're building those neural pathways and we're strengthening them. So visualization can be really powerful when we're thinking about confidence, as can embodying it, stepping into that future identity. One of the things that I used to do a lot, especially when I was starting my business about six and a half years ago, is I used to always ask myself, what does a 10 out of 10 look like on this? So what does, me being the most confident version of me, what does that look like? Okay, so I've got where a 10 out of 10 is. Where am I right now? And then kind of tapping into that, okay, so what can I do to move closer to where I want to be? Very rarely I'll be a 10 out of 10. Actually, I very rarely feel like I'm a 10 out of 10 on anything. But allowing yourself to say, what can I do to move closer? And sometimes that might be something really simple, like actually I could go outside for a walk. I could get off my phone. I could speak to somebody I love. I could reflect on the progress that I've made. I could look at my client testimonials. So many things that we can do allow us to really step up that level. So another great activity you can do is that kind of anchoring. Here's a 10 out of 10. Here's where I'm at. What can I do to move forward? What's the one thing that I can do or feel, or how do I need to be to actually move forward to that next level? Now, I love doing that exercise. And again, the more that you do that, the more that you're programming your brain, the more that you're rewiring it, so you're stepping into that confident version of you. And often when we're thinking about confidence, we think about the fact that, our confidence is different in different areas, isn't it? I know for me, I am really confident speaking on stage and really confident speaking on podcasts. Like, that is something that I've got so much practice of that I find it quite easy. I don't worry about it. I don't have fear. However, there are other things that I am not as confident in. For example, I think I've spoken about this before, networking. So I would much rather, and I'm much more confident going on stage and speaking than I am going into a room full of strangers and networking. So what can you do then? Well, what you can do is you can start to really think about what is different in each circumstance. So when I'm confident speaking, one of the reasons that I'm confident speaking is that I spent 12 years in education. And during that time, 7 years as a senior leader, I had to get up and do assemblies every single week. And there was between 1,500 and 2,500 students and teachers in those rooms. And often, especially on Monday morning, most people didn't want to be there. So I learned from the School of Hard Knocks how to present, how to read an audience, and that has really stood me in good stead. It's something that I have got a lot of experience from, and that experience and the feedback helps you build your confidence. It's like a muscle. So with that knowledge, I know that if I want to be more confident in networking, one of the things that I need to do is I need to build my experience. So I need to start doing it. Because when you're not doing it, you spend so much time in your head. Cognitively, you're like, oh my gosh, well, if I go to networking, maybe no one will speak to me. I'll be standing in the corner on my own and everyone will think I'm a loser. I do go there sometimes. But actually, if you're like, well, let's go. And if I go, let's set myself one thing that a confident person would do. Maybe I introduce myself to one person. Maybe I look at who's going and I connect with them before on LinkedIn or Instagram. So I've got something there. And starting to give yourself the opportunity to be able to step into that confident persona makes a difference. Maybe I get there early. Maybe I get there late. Because actually, if I get there late, it might be easier for me to go into conversations. But if I get there early, which is quite unlike me, then I'm going to be able to build relationships first. So another way of building your confidence is to start looking at the scenario where you want to be more confident. Think about where you can borrow behaviours and emotions from situations that you are more confident in. And then equally, think about steps that you can take before you go into those situations which are going to enable you to embody that level of confidence. So maybe it's about preparation, connecting with people. Maybe it's about, if you're doing a presentation, practicing. Everybody has different techniques and tools that help make them be more confident. So look at what yours are. Do an audit and then start to do those things. And again, it's like a muscle. You're building muscle memory. You're developing that muscle. And we know the more that we use our muscles, the stronger they get. The more that we build those pathways in our brain, the quicker they get, the faster they get. Another thing that you can do if you're looking at self-coaching around confidence is find somebody who you perceive is really confident and really good at what they're doing, and look at them. Social learning theory and modelling, which is really used in NLP, we look at people's behaviour and we model what they're doing. So find somebody who's really good. And when I say find somebody, it might be presentation skills are really easy. So it might be that you think, I don't know, you think that Mel Robbins is a fantastic speaker. And so what you might do is you might watch her videos and start to look at how she speaks. And then you might think, okay, so what can I take from her? What can I borrow from her that will help me with my speaking and increase my confidence. So what we've talked about so far is visualization, the power of stepping into that confident version of you. We've talked about embodiment and actually feeling confident. We've talked about using that tracking system where you look at where you are on a scale of 1 to 10 each day and ask yourself what more you need to do. We've talked about borrowing from different situations and looking at where you're confident and how you can pick up behaviours from other situations to take you into less confident scenarios. And we've also talked about modelling. Some other things that can be really helpful, which are also self-coaching, is asking ourselves those open questions that we know coaches love. What would make me feel more confident? What do I need? How can I embody confidence? How can I feel more confident in this situation? Who can help me? One of my favourite questions. And we can either ask these to ourselves in that way, or we can journal on them. And the power of journaling around self-coaching is we're able to ask ourselves questions and respond in written form. So you might want to write down a series of questions like, how do I feel in terms of confidence? What will confidence look like? All of those things that we've been talking about so far. And then how can I increase my confidence? And that can be a really powerful exercise to do. And it can be a powerful exercise to revisit, especially when you're not feeling confident, to go back to, okay, so what do I need to do? And then the other thing that we can do is we could just do some free writing on confidence and see what comes up. Because often when we're not feeling confident about something, that might be the symptom. And there may well be stuff underneath. So the confidence is the thing that we're feeling on top. But when we're digging underneath, maybe we don't feel confident because we don't feel good enough. So what's going to help us feel good enough? What's going to help us realize that we are in a really strong position? So journaling, again, can be a powerful self-coaching tool. And really with any self-coaching, it is about asking yourself those questions and giving yourself enough time to respond. And one of the things about coaching and self-coaching, the reason that coaching can be more effective is because we often avoid those difficult questions when we're self-coaching. So what I would recommend you to do is to continue to give yourself space to answer those questions and to always check in with, how am I feeling? What am I thinking? What's going on in my body? What am I avoiding? Where am I feeling resistance? Because this is where you will find the magic. Confidence is such a big topic, but you can start owning your personal relationship with coaching by doing these different things. I hope that you found this useful. If you want to know more about self-coaching, confidence and personal development, come and check out our new personal development hub. There's information in the show notes. And if you want to find out more about coaching, come and check us out at Optimus Coach Academy in the show notes. If you are thinking that you might want to become a coach, check out our quiz and it will tell you if you've got the qualities to be a great coach. Have a look in the show notes. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, I'd like you to like and subscribe. And remember to keep abreast of all of our new videos. Just ring that bell and you'll be notified when any new ones come out. And we'd love to hear feedback from you. So if you'd like to post beneath your biggest takeaway, and equally anything that you'd like to hear me talk about, we're always open to feedback.